Hey guys, it's Paulo Haddad here, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to download, install our integrated development environment that we are going to use, PyCharm, and then I'm gonna show you how we can create a virtual environment in a Python project, how we can manage the package we have for that specific project, and finally how we can provide for other users of the script we are working with the package versions that they need to install to make sure that everything works fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to my computer. So let's go to the browser. Now I'm gonna PyCharm download, and then let's go here. I'm gonna download a community edition. Okay, so you can download here. It's gonna be a few seconds here. Yeah, it's done, so I can click here. Yeah, so let's start next. So I have already two different PyCharm versions, so I could somehow use the same things I have there, but let's say I'm gonna start fresh and I'm gonna just hit next and then next. And here what I'm gonna do, I will create association to all my Python files. What else? I don't know. I don't want to update the path variable as similar to Python. And I guess I do not want to do any other option here. Yeah, so let's just do it. Go and install, and I'll be back in a second. Yeah, I'm back. So I'm gonna finish it. It's done. So next, let me just, this is I guess other thing. So I have my PyCharm now. PyCharm, and I think the edition I have is 2021.2. This is the one I just downloaded. So I'm gonna start it. Okay, confirm terms. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I have here some projects that is already in my computer, but what I want you to do is to somehow locate a new project. So in my case, I can see here new project, so I can hit it. And now let's go. This is the fun part here that it's really interesting. I'm gonna basically create a folder here. Let me new folder, and I'm gonna call this as PyDSS interface English examples. Okay, we're gonna do a lot of examples under this folder. Okay, so I'm gonna create my Python project using this folder. So I'm gonna hit OK. So here I have two options to use Python. The first option is to use a configured interpreter, or the base Python that Windows uses as default. Remember that I showed you that we have 2.7 as a default in the last video. If you missed it, please watch. I'll leave the card up here. Okay, so you can see the address Python 27 Python executable. And here you could have, I guess, a different one. You could go here, since I didn't add in the interpreter, you can go and find, for instance, remember where is that? C, users, and then you go to Paulo, and then you go to app data. I'm not sure if I'm gonna find app data here. Probably not. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna force it. So I have this guy here. Hold shift, copy as path, and then I can go here and basically say, well, I want this guy. I guess I will not go directly there just to make sure it works. Okay, so I got there, and then you can select like this byte. Okay, you could do that. Now, this is the Python you would use, but again, you would use a base Python. I don't like this option. The option I really like is to create a new virtual environment in which all the packages you need for this project will be located in an isolated place. So to do that, you hit this button here, new environment, using a virtual env, no problem. And here you see that the location of my Python will be in C2 points, the name of the folder that I am creating the project, like C, DSS interface, English examples. And then you're gonna have a new folder, by default is venv, okay? And the Python interpreter, the base one, I guess since I put the guy here, it's the 37. However, as I showed you, you can change it, okay? Probably you have a 38, 37, 27. I have other ones that basically is not here anymore. Okay, so cool. We have here a Python 3.7 as the base Python for this project in this virtual environment that we are creating under this folder, okay? Two interesting points here that we need to address. The first one is that in Redent global site package, I showed you in the last video that in our base Python we just have pip and setup tools, right? So we don't need to rewrite anything. However, if in your base Python you had like NumPy, Pandas, those packages, then probably you could do that. But again, I don't suggest you to do that because I really like to have this environment as isolated as possible from your base Python. It's because sometimes if you are missing a package in your virtual environment, probably Python can go to your base Python and then read the package from that location. So to avoid any problem, I suggest you to do not select this guy. The second option is to make this environment available for all your Python projects. So if you select this guy and later on you come and have this option previously configured interpreter, you're gonna find this environment that you're creating now for a new project here. I don't like that as well, so I'm gonna basically turn that off. So that's how I like to create it. I don't need to create a MenPy welcome. So let's do that. It's gonna take a second and I'll be back when it's done. So it's done. Let me close it. So what we have here, we have our Python project and the name is PyDSS interface English examples. Here we have a folder called venv. As I said before, this is where we have our Python. So if you go and open scripts, you're gonna see that we have Python here. This is the Python we are going to use instead of the base Python that I showed you before that was located in that app data, local programs, Python 3.7. Okay, so this is basically the Python which I think is just a copy of that base Python. Here we have also pip 3.7, and then we have in lib. If you open lib, it's the same name from our base Python. Remember that we have lib and site packages, and here we have pip and setup tools. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is that you can go to terminal, and when you open terminal you can see that we have the location C2 points PyDSS interface English examples, and we have this PS that before should be like venv. I'm not sure why it's this right now, but let's see what I have here. Let's type Python 3.7. This is the Python we are using as the base one. Let's see pip list. So well, setup tools and pip. Let's now just check one thing before to try to install anything. Settings, so file settings, you go to project and Python interpreter, and here you can see the Python we are using. So this is the project name, this is the virtual environment name, and you can see that it's in PyDSS interface, English example, script, Python executable, the Python just showed you. However, you could change here, right? Like show all, and you could change the Python you want, or even add something. You can basically do another process and do everything again, okay? So I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna install some package that probably we are going to use. The first package I'm gonna use pip install numpy. So pip install numpy. It's downloading it from PyPI and installing it, okay? So now if I do pip list, we have numpy. You could also see that in files, settings, Python interpreter, it's loading here for some reason, and now you see numpy there as well, right? So we have the same thing when you do pip list or when you go to your Python interpreter. Okay, that's very interesting. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go to my project, right click, and a new Python file, and I'm gonna call here like let's say example, let's call just a script. It's just a script. And in this script, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just print 2 plus 3, okay? To run that, let me got it here. Right click and run a script. When you do the first time here, it appears on right top here, top right, and you can just run. And when we do that, this is one important thing that I want to show you. PyCharm is using this program, which is a Python that is inside our virtual environment. And as an argument for this program, he's passing the script. Okay, so it's basically PyCharm telling Windows does that for me. It's the same thing if I open here cmd command prompt and pass the name of the program that I want to run and then the argument, which is my script. When I do that, it returns 5, right? So running from PyCharm or command prompt is the same thing. However, PyCharm provides us a lot of things behind the scenes that help us not to really deal with all the Windows things. So I'm gonna close it here. This is very important to mention. And finally, to finish this video, what I'm gonna show you is that, let's say you have this script and you want to share that with your friends or with another users, but then you need to tell them the version of the packages that you are using, because sometimes when you change the version of a package, the script stops to work. Of course, this is script so basic that we don't need anything. But anyway, if you do need a specific Python package, you need to inform the user that is going to use your script. So to do that, you can go here to terminal again, where we were, and say, I'm gonna pip freeze, and then dash, and then greater, and I'm gonna give a name that I guess is a standard requirements tst. So when I do that, No such option. Okay, something different here. Okay, let's see what happened. So if I go to, interesting, it's different from as it's new. So let's go to the folder there, C2 points, PyDSS interface English examples, and I didn't save it. So let's come back here. It's not dash, probably it's just greater. Okay, it's just greater, guys. So I can come back here. Okay, come back to PyCharm, and then you have here, you can either go to your folder, open that in your notepad, or you can go here now, requirements. So you have a NumPy version 1.21.2. This is the version you need, for instance, for this Python project. Okay, so let's say that your friend or another user needs to use your script. He creates a new Python project as I showed you, and then he can go here and say pip install -r requirement tst, which is the name of the file that is located inside your project. Then you do that, it's gonna install everything that you have there. Since I already have NumPy here, it's just say that requirement already satisfied. Okay, so guys, that's all we need to have our Python project and really understand how to manage our packages. In the next video, I'm gonna start to show you the first example with our PyDSS interface Python package, in which basically controls OpenDSS. Okay, so again, if you are enjoying the content that I'm producing, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and hit the bell button so you'll be notified as soon as I upload a new video. And again, if you have any suggestion, any questions, please leave in the section below. That will be really appreciated. I hope that's all, and I hope to see you in the next video.